It's so tender.
Stop eating, Morrison. Stop. Oh, there you go. I'm always in search of the best steak cooking techniques. And when I stumbled upon this extraordinary steak cooking technique, I knew I had to give it a try. Philippe Chauffier is a Michelin star chef and he has multiple restaurants. Among them is a steak restaurant where he serves up the most beautiful Wagyu steaks. Yet it is his local Simmentaler steak that stands out, not because of the steak, but because of the cooking technique. Step 1 is firing up the grill. I loaded up the Kamado Joe Jr. with big block, put in a fire starter, lit it up, and while we wait for this thing to get up to temperature, we're going to step 2 of the cooking process. Step 2 of the cooking process involves a secret ingredient. The secret ingredient is butter. For our steak, I selected a beautiful French butter. I let it come up to a room temperature and now we can brush it onto our steak. I brushed butter on our steak and started grilling it over an insane hot fire, getting on our first sear. Grilling was step 3 of the cooking process. Now we move on to step 4. Philip says we have to let it rest for 50 minutes. So that's what we do. Maybe at this point you're thinking, well, what's so special? He just grilled a steak. You're right, I just grilled a steak. But this steak isn't cooked yet. This is the point where we get to the reason that we're actually trying this technique. I cut the meat from the bone and sliced it up. You can clearly see that it's undercooked at this point. We're placing the steak and the meat in a tray, sprinkle on a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, and then on goes the butter. Now our steak is ready. For step 5 of the cooking process, I fired up the broiler and at the lowest setting, I let the butter melt and cook the steak. This is brilliant, using an ingredient that is created by the same cow to make the steak rich and creamy, mind-blowing. And here it is, a steak born in the mind of a Michelin star chef, created by a Dutch pitmaster. Let's give it a try.
It is sort of pink.
Wow. This is tasty. It's so rich.
Lekker.
I wasn't expecting this. It's actually really, really tasteful.
Lekker.
But, there's a but. It kind of still is raw and a little bit of gray on the outside. But I don't mind because the flavor is like insane.
You know, Morrison is right. If you look at the cuisson, a beautiful crust. Let's put that first. But then also you have a lot of gray area and it's kind of pinkish in the middle. So that means it's okay, but it's not quite cooked yet. It needs just a little more. Of course, if you have a proper broiler and you can set it to a bigger height, you will get better results. So probably in a restaurant kitchen, we could do better. But if we look at the technique, there's something there.
It's so tender.
Stop eating, Morrison. Oh, there you go. Slicing it up, undercooked, and then letting butter melt into it with salt and pepper. It's like the ultimate seasoning for a steak. So I'm keeping this in mind. This is something that I can use. It's a great technique. On forehand, I thought, well, I have to try it because it's so special, it's so eccentric. I really wasn't expecting it to be good, but the flavors are fantastic because we use the good butter made by the same cow, and it produces so much flavor onto the steak. It just works. It works. It's a great idea from a great chef. So I am glad we did this experiment, and I hope you are as well. And if you are happy about it, just let us know down below in the comment and leave us a big thumbs up. I want to say a special thank you to our patrons and our YouTube members. You guys freaking rock. See you guys next time. Until then, it's smakelijk en...
Keep on grilling.
That's right. Is lekker, hè? Een stukje. Dat komt in beeld, hè? Ja. Dat is een lekker stukje. Oh, ja. Ik vind het lekker, hoor, met boter en zout en peper zo. Dan komt wel omdat het is niet vet vlees. Maagvlees.